Hello students, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to study about pollen grain. Now see, generally the shape of the pollen grain is spherical and its size is 25 to 50 micrometer. Is it clear? It is 25 to 50 micrometer and this is first cell of male gametophyte. And study of pollen grain is known as palynology. They differ in shape, they differ in size, they differ in color, and they differ in design also. For example, see, you will find dumbbell-shaped pollen grain in Windsor. You will find filamentous pollen grain in Jostera. So this is you are finding changes with respect to the shape. Clear? Then you are finding the pollen grain differ in the size also. Smallest pollen grain is seen in Myosotis. Biggest pollen grain in diameter is seen in Mirabilis, and biggest pollen grain in length is seen in Jostera. All these are your micrometer. Is it clear? This unit you should know. This is this much. So I think so shape is clear, size is clear, and see the color. Yellow color of pollen grain is because of carotenoid and flavonoid. We can study, see this is the SEM, scanning electron micrograph of few pollen grain. Please understand they can ask you TEM or SEM. So you should know it is answer is scanning electron micrograph, not TEM. Pollen wall is also known as a sporoderm. Pollen wall is also known as a sporoderm, and sporoderm consists of two layers. Outermost layer is known as exine and innermost layer is known as intine. Exine is the one which is derived from tapetal cell and intine is derived from microspore, or you can say it is made by microspore. So exine, its origin is from tapetal cell, that is why it is diploid in nature, or you can say sporophytic in nature. And intine, which is made by the microspore, which are haploid, so it is gametophytic in nature. Now, sporopollenin is oxidative polymerization of carotenoid and it is the most resistant organic material. Please remember it's an organic material, not inorganic. It is not affected by temperature, neither by acid, neither by alkaline, means no enzyme can degrade. And that is why we say sporopollenin as plant enamel. This is also known as plant enamel, which is the hardest organic material present. And because of the sporopollenin, fossils of the pollen grain are in the good conditions, and you can tell that the study of pollen grain is known as palynology. So I think so this much you are getting it. Let me just explain you the diagram once again. See, this is innermost wall known as intine. And intine is made up of cellulose and pectin. It is made up of cellulose and pectin. Then outermost layer is known as exine. This is exine, and exine is made up of sporopollenin. So please don't confuse yourself. Please learn anther wall are four: epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, and tapetum. And these are pollen grain wall. These are pollen grain wall. Is it clear? So pollen grain wall are these two. And you remember anther wall were four. Just for your learning, I'm again telling you epidermis, endothecium, middle layer, and tapetum. So these four were anther wall and these are pollen grain wall. Clear, beta? Please don't confuse. Learn properly. Pollen grain wall are exine and intine. And anther walls are these four. Now see, exine is again of two type. If you see this diagram, check carefully. It is end exine, come here, end exine. Clear, this is end exine part and this is ectexine part. And ectexine part is having three part. One is foot layer, then is columella, and outermost layer is tectum. So tectum is the one which is discontinuous. Okay, middle layer is also discontinuous, but inner foot layer is continuous. Tectum will provide the sculpturing or design of the pollen grain. And by checking the design of the pollen grain, we can identify it belongs to which class, it belongs to which family, even genus also. Is it clear? Even the number of germ pores are the areas where sporopollenin is absent. So number of germ pores, ornamentation of exine is very significant feature for taxonomical studies. And this is made with the help of exine only. And this part, innermost part, clear beta, this part, this is end exine. Sorry, just 1 minute. Sorry, this diagram. This is end exine. This part is non-sculptured. Okay, this part is non-sculptured. Now, what is intine made up of? Intine is the one which is made up of cellulose and pectin. Now, germ pores. Germ pores are the one where the exine is absent. Clear? There are 3 germ pores in dicot, but 1 germ pore in monocot. Clear? There are 3 germ pores in dicot and 1 germ pore in monocot. So we can write this way, germ pore can be 1 in monocot. It can be 2 or 3 in case of dicot. Clear? So I think so exine and intine, the 2 wall of the pollen grain are easy for you. Now see, few facts are there. We have already studied in the previous video what is pollen kit. Pollen kit is a mixture of carotenoid and lipid. It is produced by tapetal cells and it is used for attracting the pollen, attracting the insects. Okay, because its yellow color help to attract insects. So, and this means we are using the insect for the pollination, so it is made by entomophilous flower. Entomophily means those pollination is done by insect. Clear? Second is pollen allergy. Now, pollen grain of many species cause severe allergy. They can lead to the chronic respiratory disorders like asthma, bronchitis, hay fever. Hay fever is very common allergic response because of the pollen. And the plants which are responsible for this is Parthenium. Okay, one is Parthenium, which is also known as carrot grass, also known as Congress grass, because it was brought to India with the contaminated wheat. At the time the Congress was in power. Then second example is Amaranthus and third example is Chenopodium. So these are the few examples of the plants whose pollen are responsible for creating allergy. Now, next is pollen nutrient. They are rich in nutrient. It has now become fashion to use pollen tablet. In Western countries, it is available in the form of tablet or in the form of syrup. And it is found that it is used to improve the performance of race horses. Bee pollen is rich in protein than in meat. It contains all essential amino acid and especially the mineral, which mineral, that is selenium, which is present. It is found in the bee pollen to slow down the aging process also. It is benefiting the athletes, it is benefiting the pregnant women by toning up with the uterine muscles, which helps in the contraction of uterus at the time of the birth. It is rich in amino acid. Which amino acid? Lysine, which helps in calcium absorption. It is rich in vitamins also. It is rich in mineral like calcium and phosphorus. It acts on the development of fetus and child, and it is also helping in formation of bone callus. Means it prevent osteoporosis. So this is the way we find that few facts are associated with pollen. They are making pollen kit, which is actually responsible for entomophily. Then few pollens are causing allergy. Pollen are rich in nutrient. Okay, they are providing all the essential sources. For example, they contain essential amino acids. They are having more protein. They are rich in mineral selenium, and they are actually rich in amino acids, vitamins, mineral like calcium and phosphorus. All these are the one which are increasing the performance, or you can say they are providing the nutrition. pollen viability is also changing. We say pollen viability will depend upon the temperature and it depend upon the humidity. It is of 30 minutes only in some cereal like wheat and rice. But it is for month in member of Solanaceae and Rosaceae and Leguminosae. Please learn carefully. It is for the 30 minutes for cereal like wheat and rice, and it is for months for family like Solanaceae, Rosaceae, and Leguminosae. Pollen can be preserved. Preservation of the pollen can be done in liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees Celsius, and this is known as cryopreservation, which can be used as a pollen bank for crop breeding programs. Now, another very important AIMS question was NIMAC phenomena. If pollen grain appear like an embryo sac like pollen grain, it is not embryo sac, but it is pollen grain seen in Hyacinthus orientalis, and this phenomena is known as NIMAC phenomena. Now, let us check our concept, what we have studied. So pollen grain exine has prominent aperture where sporopollenin is absent. We know that is known as germ pore. Clear, beta? Next, which is known as plant enamel. We focused, it is a sporopollenin which is known as plant enamel. Next question is pollen grain are generally spherical. Is it clear? And what is that micrometer in diameter? It is 25 to 50 micrometer in diameter. Now, what is the correct sequence of development of microsporogenesis? So first of all, you should know sporogenous tissue will become into pollen mother cell because each and every cell of sporogenous tissue work as pollen mother cell, which will undergo meiosis. It will undergo meiosis to form microspore tetrad, and this microspore tetrad will develop into pollen grain. Okay, will develop into the pollen grain, and each pollen grain will contain male gamete. The answer should be this. Now, few are the points for the sporopollenin. We have to see which point is matching with the sporopollenin. So certain attributes, they are resistant at high temperature. They can be liquefied. No, they cannot be. They can withstand strong acid and alcohol. They are resistant to enzymatic action. They can be degraded by microbial acid. No, they cannot be degraded. So how many of these features contribute to pollen grain being preserved as fossils? So I think so you can see 3 points are the one which are responsible for preserving the pollen grain as fossil. So I think so in this video, today all the topic related to the pollen grain of your NCERT plus competitive point, whether you're preparing for NEET or you're preparing for any other Olympiad, KSET or any other competitive exam, it might be helpful for you. Thanks for watching.